Since beginning operation under the Mercedes-Benz name in 1926, Mercedes have been the benchmark in luxury motoring. Mercedes' advertising strategy reflects a desire to remain the benchmark, positioning themselves as delivering the highest quality in prestige automobiles. Their flagship model is the C-Class, which leads the medium-sized car segment in units sold. This graphic shows the trend of annual sales of the Mercedes C-Class compared to that of its two nearest competitors, the BMW 3 Series and the Audi A4. Mercedes selected the target market for the C-Class 2014 campaign based on the consumer's psychographic and socio-economic profile. They have targeted young, aspirational, image-conscious creatives and professionals, and older, successful family men and women looking to project their wealth and success. They should have an annual income around the $80,000 to $120,000 mark. The positioning strategy that Mercedes have used for this campaign is positioning by the product user. At one point in the television advertisement, Mercedes explicitly state who it is that may drive the car, as shown here in this excerpt from the TV advert.
And the leading role could be an actress, or a family man, or a businessman.
By doing this, Mercedes is suggesting that if this is you or who you aspire to be, then you should be driving the new Mercedes C-Class. Consumer insight for the campaign's target market is that they are image-conscious, prestige-seeking consumers that are looking to project their wealth. Relating this to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, consumers for the C-Class would be motivated by their psychological esteem needs, which are needs for prestige and accomplishment. This consumer insight informed the big idea for the television aspect of the campaign. The big idea for the campaign was to film the advertisement as if it were a movie. The voiceover states,
"This film can be set in Sydney, or in Paris, or in Hollywood. And the leading role could be an actress, or a family man, or a businessman."
By identifying members of the target market and suggesting that if they buy the C-Class, they will be starring in this movie, the ad plays to the consumer insight that the target market are image conscious and would likely be drawn to the movie star image being associated with driving this car. In the execution of this advertisement, Mercedes aimed to affect consumers' attitudes via the peripheral route of the elaboration likelihood model. Mercedes made no attempt to explain to consumers how the C-Class is mechanically superior to its competitors, and instead use a one-sided message demonstrating how driving Mercedes-Benz will enhance their image. This quantifies an affective message strategy as it taps into the target market's pursuit of products that will boost their self-esteem and project a desirable image of themselves to others. In addition to affective techniques, the campaign used positioning and brand image, building on Mercedes' synonymity with prestige and high-quality automobiles, and positioning the C-Class as the new benchmark in luxury motoring. This is achieved through the high production quality of the ad and the cinematic style in which it is shot, as well as the concluding tagline which states, "The all-new C-Class, a car that changes everything." The use of these techniques, again, tap into the consumer insight. The target market is not looking for a car that will get them from A to B most effectively, they are looking for a car that will show others how successful an individual they are. This is supported by a study of consumer behaviour conducted by Hahn, Nunes and Drees in 2010, which found consumers are motivated to purchase luxury items to differentiate themselves from those consumers that cannot afford such items. It is this tone of prestige and affluence that pervades the ad, which effectively reflects Mercedes' reputation as a high-end luxury brand. Although Mercedes do not disclose the objectives of their ad campaigns, it is assumed that the objective of this campaign was to maintain their status as segment leader in the medium-sized luxury car market. If Mercedes had set sales-oriented objectives, then executing a post-campaign evaluation of its impact on sales numbers would be an effective technique of gauging the success of the campaign. If Mercedes were to do this, then they would deem the campaign a success. This image illustrates the most recent market share stats for the C-Class compared to that of its two nearest competitors and the rest of the market. Based on sales statistics obtained in March 2015, the graph indicates that the C-Class now holds a 36.6% share of the medium cars over $60,000 market, more than double its nearest competitor. Television commercials were the main media used in the execution of this campaign strategy. The choice of the media is warranted, as television is the most consumed media by individuals in the target market's age segment of 35 to 65. However, the power of television advertising is decreasing as technologies such as Netflix and Foxtel IQ are giving consumers the power to avoid television adverts altogether. Mercedes did not include social media as a platform for the execution of this particular campaign. The decision not to engage prospective consumers on social media may be misguided. This graphic indicates that 35 to 65-year-olds, the age segment making up the C-Class target market, account for around 40% of all users on Facebook and Twitter, the two major social networking sites. A potential strategy that Mercedes could have used to engage consumers was an online game where consumers could virtually test drive the C-Class through social media. Thank you for watching my presentation.